Hold on. I want to make sure it goes live. You'll know. No one hears us, so let's go under here. Now, if it does right what I think it should do. Yep. And what we're gonna do is share it. I'm sharing it to my page.
And I'll share it to mine.
So everybody can watch it. There we go. Bring it up. I'm sharing it to my page. What's up, everybody? This is our very first show of the APKE Eagles podcast. As right now, it's only two of us right now, so you know, some of you all know us all. My name is Eric, and with me is Paul.
What's up, guys? How's everything going?
We could be good. At least we're in the yellow phase of this damn pandemic.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me. This whole thing is just ridiculous.
You're telling me, and with no sports on, and plus you got all these other shows coming, all these stuff on, and you get the football coming on, which they did a online draft, all at home.
But it is starting to get better.
Yes.
We have NASCAR. Vroom. We have NASCAR. We have golf.
But we have Korean baseball.
Oh, Korean baseball. Yeah, I know. I know. Watching an empty stadium just boom. Okay.
Hear the crack of the bat. Hearing everything. But you know why we're here, why we did all this. Because we are huge Eagles fans.
Yeah, that we are.
And right now, that football is still going, as on schedule as of right now.
Yep.
With the big crowds.
Yep. Well,
as they're saying at the moment.
So what I keep hearing is it might be just simulated. Like what they're trying to do as far as the NBA games, what I keep hearing about is basically them trying to do a 2K type of soundtrack to simulate sound, simulate the crowd. Like it really just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like it just.
I don't. And looks like we have at least someone who commented on here. We had Danny. Danny says hi, and how are we doing?
Well, doing well.
Doing all right, Danny. We're just happy that we're at least doing this today. Trust me. So, no further ado. What do you think how to use Ditto to drafts? And especially with picking up a quarterback in the second round.
Well, if basically, if you didn't hear by now, guys, Eagles, the 52nd pick, kind of, it went 50-50 both ways. People were a little upset with it. People weren't upset with it. They're like, oh, look, a quarterback. But it's kind of okay. It really is kind of like it's kind of okay because you basically can have like your backup to your backup.
Mm-hmm.
It's so you have Carson, then you have whoever your second string is, whether it be I'm having a brain fart here, dude. Help me out.
You're talking about having
Sudfeld.
Yes.
Nate Sudfeld, which he kind of proved himself, but then he got hurt. I mean, he's a good backup. He technically, but he can be better.
Yeah.
He knows the system. He's established in the Eagles organization.
He knows the playbook.
He does. That's what he knows. He knows the playbook. That's why they signed him for the 1 year.
Right.
So he can be backup for Carson. But then, excuse me, folks. I'm sorry. I'm running off of like 3 hours of sleep. It is my bad. I don't have anything information-wise. This is all just blah. Next time will be a whole lot more, better with this. As we've said before, this is our first time.
Yeah.
We will have what we need to have with us, like depth chart information. That does help. Come on, help me out here. I'm having a brain fart.
What you're talking about pretty much with when it comes down with the Eagles, we're having
his name. What is his name?
Yeah, Carson. You have what's his name? You're talking about the new guy. Shoot. How the heck did we forget this kind of information? And I even watched the draft too.
Yeah, me too. I know. We're going to our phones. That's just what we do. When we don't know, we go to our phones.
Hurts.
Hager.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Hurts. Hager was the wide receiver, right? Hager.
Yeah. Jalen.
Jalen Hager. Rager.
Jalen Rager.
Rager. So Hurts could be basically, your all-around type of quarterback. You don't need him to be like, people keep throwing out the word gadget quarterback. I don't feel as though that's why they got him. I mean, sure, if you heard all the interviews between Howie and Doug, Hurts is going to fight for that second string position.
He even said it. They even put it out there that because I listen to 94 WIP. I always have, and every morning I listen to the morning show and I listen to the midday show, which all the information I'm going to tell you is pretty much going to come from that, no matter what. But they even said it, having him come in to having Hurts to learn the system, it'll be a good thing because of the fact that it shows that if, let's say Carson gets hurt again, and we all seen it. He got hurt the first time he started playing. He only had one maybe full season. He never got hurt as an Eagle. He got hurt, but he still played. But if you're looking at the other seasons where he hurt his back and he got taken out and he was trying to push, but the only thing is he hid his injuries. He told the guys, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
That was his back.
Yeah.
That was it.
But it still doesn't make sense to me to where that, like, yes, they brought him in. They brought Hurts in. But does this mean that they're going to be pushing towards somebody else? They're going to be pushing towards getting him in?
No. Because, you already paid this man your franchise money
For the next 5 years.
For the next 5 years. You're not and if they decide to get rid of him, you know how much dead cap space they lose?
It's a lot.
Exactly. So they're not doing that.
But the only thing is, when it comes down to it, after, say the 5 years ended, and plus this is about 5 years with Hurts, and then he learns this whole system. Do you think Wentz is going to stay, or do you think they're going to trade Hurts to get more picks?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way. Wentz will be in his 10th year.
Yeah.
Okay? Be here for a decade. Basically, he'd be here for a decade. If
at the same time about almost with McNabb. About the same length about it.
McNabb was 12 years.
Close.
So if you look at it as really, I mean, Wentz will be going on his 10th year. So if anything, I would say it would be up to him.
Right.
If he wants to, because quarterbacks nowadays. Look at the GOAT. I'm actually swallowing my pride here and saying, look at the GOAT.
Oh, you're talking about the one who betrayed his team to
no.
the Bucks.
He did not betray his team. He betrayed his coach.
Oh yeah.
He said, well, he didn't come out and say it. This is probably all it is. Me thinking this. I can do this without him. I can do this.
You think he can?
I don't know. He's got Gronk.
He got Gronk. But did you see the video with Peyton busting on him and told him, he goes off, he says, oh yeah, he told Gronk, oh, go retire, go wrestling for a year, and then come back and come join me in Tampa Bay, play football, carry my caddies. He said that for every guy, he said you can't break him. He said he throws Eli out there, he doesn't phase. Then what he says, Foles. He said, was Foles beating him? He goes, maybe. And he goes, that's hurt. That's throwing dirt in his eyes. He got offended when he heard Nick Foles. Not Eli Manning. Nick Foles.
And that's the crazy part. That is the utmost crazy part. Because Eli beat him twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Foles came in off the strength of a backup. And
he was cold for the first four, and plus he was cold for the first 4 games before he got into the playoffs.
And beat him.
Yeah,
he beat the man at his own game. But then he turned around and
the next year and won
by a fluke. But we're not going to talk about this because that was in the past, and Tom Brady can kick rocks. But that's just me. That is my opinion. That is not nobody else's opinion. And yeah, but it is what it is.
But when it comes down to it, he's right now. We'll find out for this year with Tampa Bay if he is the GOAT.
No, I think he's got 1 year.
one full year, or you think you have for that, or you think he has 2 years?
I think he's got one okay year where he takes him to the playoffs, and that's it. That's all he's going to have left.
So you think that he's not going to make it after that?
Nope. Either he's going to get hurt, which, he's not really the man to get hurt.
Right.
But I think he's going to get hurt, and then he's going to hang it up. And then Gronk's going to be just sitting there like, why did I come back?
I got to say this, at least one thing. Steelers actually have a chance to get into the playoffs finally. The Steelers do. They don't have the curse of Brady going after them.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Like, that whole division. Well, I mean, they don't have a quarterback. They do not have a quarterback. Like the Patriots do not have a quarterback. They need a quarterback. Am I correct?
They're going with a guy who I think it was a pickup from, I think, when the year before Brady left this year.
Okay.
I believe. Because of the fact that the guy, like, I even asked my uncle about it, and he even said, he said his name, I went, who?
Folks, this is how it is. This is just... Okay. Jared... I'm gonna...
Sidham.
I'm bad with names, so I mean, it is what it is. This is how you're just gonna get with me.
It's a former Cowboys player who they picked up, and
you know how we do not like Cowboys. It's just...
Oh, I'm sorry, Cowgirls.
Exactly.
But here's one thing too. Bring that up. We'll get back into more topics with the teams and the Eagles and all. Once we get the rest of the crew on, you're going to learn a little bit more about us every single time we come on. Where we have, I wonder if he is watching or not, Carlos. He played football. All of us somehow, some way played football. And he knows the line very well. But if you go down to Aaron's a little more differently, if you put it this way. He grew up in the area, but he moved out of the area. But he was raised by two different teams, but he got loyalty to the Eagles. He got raised by the Eagles and raised by a Cowboys fan. And his Cowboys fan is his mother, and he's in Atlanta with his mom, helping his mom out, living everything else, and he is living with her. And she even said it, and I went on live streams before with Aaron, and he went to a Cowboys bar wearing his gear with his mother. You say it was a hostile kind of situation? Him and I are sitting there going, he has me on the camera phone doing this, just going like this, showing everybody, and I'm going, we're all doing this, showing off our Eagles pride, and we still get the one thing. It's only one ring.
Now. Let me explain something to you about that. Let me explain something to you definitely about that. Okay, so as he said, you'll be learning a lot about us over the next however many years we do this. I lived in Texas for a little bit, a little stint when I was going to college. Okay, I am. It is what it is, But I lived in Texas. It is what it is. I did not betray my team. So, me being an Eagles fan, I went to a Dallas Eagles game in Dallas.
Which he did too. With his mom.
With my Eagles gear on. Now, when I went there, this was back in 2012. 2012, right? It was, I'm going to say, I can't really remember the game well, but I do remember the fans. When I say Dallas fans don't know how to talk trash. They really do not know how to talk trash.
So is it pretty much like they keep bringing up the 90s all over again?
Well, not necessarily. It was just like, oh, you Eagles fans stink, this is that, and the third, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, is that all you got? Like, I'm from Philly, where you get stabbed at an Eagles game, you get peed on at an Eagles game, you can get thrown. We threw snowballs at Santa Claus. I know this was back in whatever decade this was,
70s, 80s.
But still, we threw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Not just that, we even at one point when the Pope first came here, we booed the Pope.
Yeah, right. But back to the story. So I'm by myself. Okay, I'm by myself in a section full of Dallas fans. Only Eagles jersey. Okay. I go to the lavatory, because I'm going to say lavatory because that's just what I do. I'm going to say lavatory. So I go to the lavatory and come out. 2 more Dallas fans. Go walk into my seat. Go up the flight of steps. I run into an Eagles fan. They greeted me. They were like, oh my gosh, you're an Eagles fan. I can't believe it. Do you live out here? I said, right now I do, but I'm originally from Philly. They're like, yo, we flew out here from Philly just to see this game because we wanted to see this game. I'm glad I finally found someone that supports. So, fast forward. I go to the second Eagles-Dallas game because I moved back to Philly. I go to the second Eagles-Dallas game. I find this same dude because I found the same guy I ran into. Same person. He's like, yo, you came back up here for the game? Oh, man. I was like, no, I moved back up. They're like, what happened? Like, did you get jumped? Like, yo, we got you. Philly pride all day, every day. But no, I was like, no, I didn't get jumped. No, I had some family issues and I needed to move back. He's like, bro, if you ever need anything, let me know. I got you. This man has been a friend of mine ever since.
It's a good thing. With those kind of stories, you don't get much around anywhere with any kind of other fan base. You think of Philly, like they even said it. Like I listened to the morning show this morning. They even said Philadelphia is the most dedicated in sports than anything. That's like there's dedication with rowing. There's dedication for table tennis. There's even dedication for actual Olympic wrestling. They said that the city is so passionate with their teams, with any sport that comes into Philly. It's phenomenal. Oh, I see 2 members of our group actually is watching. Carlos and Aaron J, who is watching right now. What's up, guys? So, yes, like we said them, they are watching here. They're not with us for this episode, but hopefully.
Because as we said, this is kind of like a swung together type sort of thing. We needed to get this stuff rolling. And I was like, screw it, let's do it now.
Hey, we better have to start to roll somehow.
Right.
But the show is going to, but right as we're going to do it, it's going to be a pretty simple show. We're going to talk about the Eagles down the line. We're going to bring up other NFL stuff like we just did not too long ago. Like, even with right now, like, I'm surprised with the Eagles. Their talks about actually maybe trying to bring in either bring in a veteran wide receiver or bring in a veteran running back.
Well, See, all right. So there's been talks of bringing Shady back. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Bringing Shady back, it would be interesting, to be honest. I wouldn't mind bringing it back because I was a fan of his. But I don't think we need him, to be honest. Because of the fact that we have Boston Scott, who is pretty much a duplicate miniature version of Darren Sproles. He's small, he's fast. Then you have the new guy that we drafted last year, which I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Miles Austin.
Yes. Miles Austin. You mean Austin Miles?
Whatever.
Whatever way it is. Sorry if we ever do get you on the show, we do. Sorry, we apologize. We butchered your name. But he, with that kind of with having him back there, it would be great how he was running everything else, and even the people they brought up as well from that draft. But I think that we have it down to the key that we can do it. I think we really need right now because I don't know how much longer Jeffrey's going to last. We all know Deshaun Jackson is going to be.
Well, let me cut you off right there. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So Jeffries can kick rocks.
Yeah.
All right. So he was a bad bet from the start. Okay. So he's already gone after next year.
Yeah.
Deshaun's got maybe another year left in him. Maybe we get 8 games out of him this year. Maybe.
Plus, it's questionable because of the fact that this is his second year, but his third year is a club option. If the Eagles say, come in. But I think he has to play at least maybe 8 to 10 games this year in order to stay on the team.
Well, I mean, he's got maybe... The man, ever since he left us...
Yeah.
He's been a health risk.
True.
When's his last full season?
Before he left the Eagles? And mind you, he always got healthy just as he had the first Eagles? When he was with the Skins?
So, I mean, it's going to be... It's going to be basically a clock, with the wide receiver core as far as veterans and rookies. Hopefully Deshaun will be able to show all what he can, and he stays healthy throughout all the season.
Right.
So that we can basically use what we had before.
True. The only thing is that I would like him to be able to do that with Jalen that we picked up, the wide receiver. Mm-hmm. I would like to have Deshaun teach him the death rolls. To be able to be he has the speed. He proved it that he can speed up and catch the ball on the fly. This is for the rookie. But if Jalen can pick up the same talent what Deshaun has and just improve it with him and then push with that, I think Jalen could be the next Djax. But it's going to be time. Because you remember, Deshaun Jackson wasn't that way.
Nope.
When he first started, he was never that way.
I mean, look at the first play. Look at his first breakout play. He spiked the ball at the 1.
Yeah. Went back and...
Oh, man. That one, he'll never live that down.
Yeah, it'll be one of the top 100s of Eagles' worst playbooks. Plays.
Yeah.
It'll be in the top 100, you know that.
It
Top
was
10?
still a great play. I mean, he still got a lot of yardage from that play. I mean, I doubt it.
It's going to be questionable with him, you know that. It's like anything that he does, it's going to be questionable.
I mean, you're right.
It's where like it can be a good win for him, or it can be a bad win. It could be where that he's going to play like he's going to be a champion, or he's going to play like he's going to be what the Eagles did when the Super Bowl first started. Now here's the number. Here's the next. This is where everybody says it everywhere in Philadelphia, and I always try to avoid it. The roster that we have now, does it look like a Super Bowl caliber team?
Hold on.
Or at least a playoff.
Hold on. Before we get into that conversation, what do you predict our record's going to be?
Ooh, our record. If anybody haven't looked at the record, we actually do have it on our page.
The schedule.
The schedule of it for the page, so we know when they're playing and on what week. So, let's start with you. I'm going to go straight down the line.
No.
I'm going to start with you.
I think we're going to be 10-6.
You think 10-6? So you think that between the two games of each year that we play, Washington, Giant, and the Cowboys.
All right. So I think we're going to sweep the Giants, and I think we're going to sweep. I think we're going to sweep the Giants, and I think we're going to sweep the Redskins.
Okay.
But the Cowboys are. It is paying me to say it. Cowboys are going to be tough.
Yeah.
It might be 1-1. It might. It's definitely not going to be a sweep
from either team.
From either team. I mean, whoever wins out of us is going to win the division.
True.
It's no ifs, ands, and buts. Whoever wins us and Dallas, is going to win the division.
Right. I see it. The only thing is that there's a lot of talks that the possibility that the Giants could be a secret underdog. They could be that one team, that sleeper team that everybody's sleeping on.
That's what they said about the Dolphins, and
Dolphins, Browns.
Well,
Bengals.
hold on.
Well,
do
Bengals.
not discount Baker Mayfield.
I give him his props, but he still needs some key players on that team.
Odell is a drama queen and will always be a drama queen.
Shit, Odell wanted to come to damn freaking. He thought about coming to Philly.
I didn't want him. I still don't want him. He's a drama queen just like T.O. He's a drama queen just like Freddie Mitchell. He's a freaking drama queen. He talks too damn much. I'm sorry.
You sound like Ocho. It sounds like Ocho Cinco all over again.
Stop it. You stop it right there.
Come on, he keeps saying, I can come back, and he doesn't.
That's just like freaking that's just like damn it, what the hell is his name? He was running back for the Giants. Was it the Giants? Or was it Dallas? Tiki.
Oh, Tiki Barber?
That's just like freaking Tiki. Oh, I can come back. Never did.
Same thing with Randy Barber, his brother. He said the same thing with the Bucks. Like, oh, I can come back to you guys, and never did.
Exactly. I mean, it's just all talk. I mean, freaking Gronk's the only one who didn't want to come back, and he got pulled back in anyway.
It's the Brady effect.
It is Tom, but
Come on, he is freaking Tom's lackey.
Yes. We know. We know.
Hey, we all know, but he doesn't.
Like
what the Browns?
The Browns are the things that float in the toilet bowl. Stop.
As the saying will go, we're gonna, as everybody says, they're taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. And everybody knows why. No, we're gonna take them down to the biggest Super Bowl in the whole world. It's called Dallas, Texas, in Arlington.
Man.
But I actually think they could go. I think they go 11-5.
11-5. Who are you losing against?
Right off the bat, if I'm going to go straight down the line. I think we're going to win against. We're going to sweep the Skins.
Okay, I see that.
I see us sweeping the Skins. I see us. It's going to be a tough one, but I think we will pull off the home opener against LA.
Okay.
The Bengals at home, I see a win.
Okay.
49ers, I see a loss.
All right.
Pittsburgh, it's depending on if they have Roethlisberger back or not.
Uh-huh.
I see. If they don't have him back in time, I think it's going to be a win against Pittsburgh.
So you're having us win 5 straight.
Correct. The Ravens, I see. No, I said loss.
Okay, all right. So
it's going to be.
So in week 6, you're predicting we're going to be 4-1.
Correct.
All right.
The Ravens, I see a loss.
4-2. All right.
The only thing is I'm different with you. Because I know we have a really good record with the Giants and everything else, I actually see them losing one game against the Giants this year.
Really?
Yes.
What about Dallas?
Dallas, I'll say win at home and lose down at the damn bowl.
Giants.
Oh, the Giants. You're talking about the Giants against
Dallas.
Dallas.
Because if you have us losing against the Giants,
mm-hmm.
that means if we lose against Giants, we might lose the division.
Yeah. But I see them actually possibly doing the same thing, beating Dallas as well.
There's a lot of talk saying Dallas is better than us.
I heard that.
A lot of talk saying Dallas is the best in the division.
Yeah, but Dak's still trying to avoid his contracts.
Yeah, well...
And he thinks he's the best player in the whole entire world.
We're trying not to curse. We're trying. Trust me.
All I'm going to say is there will be cursing. Don't get me wrong, because I can tell you now.
So by week 9, our bye week,
yes.
What is our record?
By week 9, I think we'll have at least about 6 wins.
6-2.
Yeah. We get off of it. We'll win against the Giants.
Well, so you're having to sweep the Giants.
Yeah, actually, I do. Well, they lose at home. They lose the Giants at home.
So 6-3. No, 5-3.
5-3. Yeah, sorry, brains off.
Bye week. All
yeah,
right, so
forgot about the bye week. But the win at the Meadowlands, it'll be a miracle at the Meadowlands again.
Okay. By a comeback or by a blowout?
Blowout. It will be a redemption game for losing at home.
Okay.
The Browns, and I hate to want to be to say it, and plus I've never been a Browns fan, but I think the Browns are going to win it.
Oh, here we go.
It's going to end up to where it's going to be a quarterback showdown, and Baker Mayfield will throw that last pick. And if OJ Beckham is still on that team, he'll do his famous one-handed catch at the end of the end zone for that win.
All right. Continue.
The Seahawks lost because the Seahawks are one of the toughest teams to play. Then they beat us at home this year.
So that would bring us to 6 and 4. So 6-5.
Yes. We went against Green Bay in Wisconsin.
So you're having us win out.
Yeah. They'll beat the Saints.
11-5. Yeah, okay.
They'll beat the Saints, which will be the homecoming of Jenkins back to Philadelphia. Which I'm still pissed off they gave him up.
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not. I am not pissed off at all.
I kind of think they should have kept him.
No. Howie came out and said, we are focusing on younger people now. Let that old bastard go. 31 years, I don't need you on my team. We're focusing on new, fast. Malcolm is not fast anymore. Sure, he can hit, but that man lost a step. Everybody knows it.
He lost a step, but you know the worst one what the Eagles ever gave up?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one man they gave up that they shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. It hurt, but he didn't have a good year in freaking Denver.
But what happens what happens he goes to the Saints and has a better year?
He won't.
I'm saying,
look at the controversy that already is happening right now between him and his own quarterback.
With all this, with this movement, which I will say that what happened is a shame, and plus, it's crazy.
Already controversy between him and his quarterback. Already a controversy. Now, whether or not they settled it, that's on them. Yeah. I don't know yet. We don't have the facts. But you know, it whether Malcolm is good, Malcolm is good. I mean, but the man lost a step. How he came out and said it, we're starting young. We're going to be young. We're going to be fast.
Plus, he did offer him a contract. It was a smaller contract, but he turned it down.
Of course he did.
And he even said it.
Money.
He said he wanted to make what he can make with everybody else.
My opinion, I think he thought it was a race thing, which it's not.
No. It was
you're old, get out of my team thing. You are 31 years old.
There's still talks about bringing Jason Peters back.
I know. He'd be, honestly, okay, so let me reverse that, okay? So Jason Peters would be an asset, not as a starter, but as a teacher. Not so bring him back as a lineman coach.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't bring him back as a player. Like they did with Darren Sproles. They brought Darren Sproles back. They brought Brent Selleck? No, not Brent Selleck.
Deuce Staley.
No. This year?
They
brought no, it wasn't Brent Selleck. It was the
They did bring in as a coach Brian Dawkins.
Yes, I know that. So it was this year. They brought him to the front office. Darren Sproles, Brent Selleck. No, not Brent Selleck.
No, Brent Selleck is a realtor now.
Brent Selleck? It was Brent Selleck.
He's a realtor. He actually sells property in New Jersey now.
It was Brent Selleck that they brought back. They brought back, and for the front office, they brought Darren Sproles, Brent Selleck, and the other person. I can't think of his name. But it is beside the point. So, I think he would be a great asset for a coach, not as a player, but as a coach. I mean, he still thinks he may have one good year left in him. Maybe he wants another ring. Who knows? But I think he would be a great asset teaching these younger people.
Right.
Teaching them, all right, so here's what you got to do. When you line up, you got to do rah, 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 rah. Don't be that guy, when your time is up. No, I'm not done.
Right.
You got your ring. You basically was with this organization for a long time. We appreciate what you have done for us. Hang it up. Become a coach. Just teach the younger generation how it's done. Please. On another note.
There's what you saying that is actually, it's what I think what a lot of guys like, mind you, Jason Peters wasn't really supposed to be an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, any lineman for his line. He was actually a tight end. He played college ball as a tight end.
A lot of college players play different types of... Like, they actually play both ends, some of them.
Yeah. It's like almost with like playing Pee Wee football. It's like you could be a wide receiver and then all of a sudden turn into a free safety.
Well, that's just like how I was. I was nose guard tackle, and I was a couple different things. I was nose guard tackle, I was a running back, and I was also a wide receiver. But I love defense because I love hitting people.
I like defense myself because I was always able to spot the ball in the air. I knew where it was. I knew where it was going to land, and I was able to get picks. They had me as wide receiver. Apparently, I could catch better as a wide receiver during practice, but I caught better on defense.
Yeah.
Because I was able to run around a guy right behind the whole entire defensive line and jump up, catch the ball with one hand. When you just see a hand go up, catch the ball, pull down, I got the ball. I tried that doing it in a damn game. The ball's here. Here's the ball. Here's my hand. There goes the guy's hand. I broke my finger. And that day, I was sitting there, I'm like, ow, my fingers hurt. And that's why now my fucking finger hurts almost every time it rains. And that'd be my luck.
We're sorry again.
It's hard. Trust me. If you guys ever seen if you ever go to the Flyers Alley, you understand why.
So now we're just gonna advertise different people here. Like really?
Hey, at least we're not advertising your job.
Why would I advertise my job?
But anyway, it's pretty much down the line. It's just better off when you know your time is up when you get injured almost every season. Where that you're getting hurt. Like, Carson's is one thing because he's still young. He can still recover from it. It's once you hit that the early 30s, mid 30s is where your body starts deteriorating. But
except if you're Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid to say, but
we can't. We can't. Well, I mean, look at Phillip Rivers. He's 40 and still doing it. And he's not nearly as in probably good shape as Tom.
It's getting close to the point where that with Phillip Rivers, it may be like Dan Marino. He'll get in, but with no Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because that's what everybody says. Oh, you need to win a Super Bowl ring in order to get in.
All right, here we go. With this crap again.
I get pissed off with that.
So, and now I'm gonna do a plug for '94. YSP. Now I'm gonna do it.
WIP. Not YSP. It's the old one. That's when it was a rock station.
So, they constantly this week has been on, do you need to have a ring to be a GOAT?
Or do you need a ring to be a bad GOAT as well?
Like, it makes no sense. Like, so they're putting now, which baffles me to no end. They are putting Spike Eskin. You know who you are. They're putting Foles over Weapon X, as I say, Randall mother effing Cunningham. How dare you put Nick Foles over Randall? The man punted a ball 70 yards.
He was great. I just didn't like his personality. Randall's personality.
Personality has nothing to do with the game.
But it means a lot to when it comes down to fan interactions.
That was a different era. And you know that.
Yeah, but when you have Reggie White and Randall Cunningham coming out of the locker room, and a little girl asks for an autograph and tells her, "You give me $1,000 and I'll sign the ball," and Reggie White actually came over and actually signed the ball for her.
Like I said, personnel has nothing to do with the game. But then okay, so all right. So let's take his, spin it. You're putting Nick Foles over Michael Vick.
True.
Granted, he started out with the Falcons, but he was freaking here.
Yeah.
He was an Eagle.
And he actually got us back to the playoffs.
He's the one who started the playoff run back.
And he took the job over Kevin Cobb's a first-round pick.
We're not going to talk about Kevin Cobb, because Kevin Cobb was a mistake.
Mistake? Don't you mean a disaster?
I mean, granted, Michael Vick, love you to death. I really do. If I ever get to meet you, that would be amazing. You know, they had a quarterback freaking, thing with Nick Foles.
Yeah.
And still, Michael Vick won.
Yeah. It went back and forth between both of them. And a lot of, mind you, us fans, and I was one of them. I actually said give Vic a shot.
Oh, man.
A lot of fans didn't want Vic on the team.
Man, I said that the moment he was out of jail. I said, we need him.
Mind you, have you realized Philadelphia is the city to come to for a comeback?
Oh, yeah.
For any sport.
Definitely.
You come in here and you have a great season and you play with us for, just say 3 years. Max?
Nick Foles.
You actually get something out of it.
Nick Foles, the king of the underdog, the king of the comeback story. Nick Foles was going to retire.
Right after he got released by the Rams. After they drafted first overall, Jeff Goff?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Damn Beach Boy.
We are the underdogs. We always will be the underdogs. We are the comeback story. We always will be the comeback story. We always get everybody's dirty laundry. Look at Jeff Garcia. All right? Look at the return of A.J. Feely.
Look at one of the guys who could have made a comeback but got injured, Vince Young.
Yeah, oh my God, that would have been great. That would have been hilariously great. You had, what was it? You had McNabb.
Mm-hmm.
You had Vic.
Mm-hmm.
You had, was it Foles or Cobb?
Cobb wasn't drafted until, no.
No, because the young guy,
It was Cobb.
It was Cobb.
It was Cobb, and then you had in as the fourth string.
And then you had Vince Young.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. If because I think McNabb was hurt.
Yep.
Vic was there,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they decided to give it to Cobb, and Cobb did terrible that game.
And mind you, we would have had Vince if he didn't get injured in preseason.
Oh, yeah.
It was the last game of the preseason game. Mm-hmm. He gets up, he throws the ball, he gets hit, and I mean, not the... No,
he got
it was...
hammered. He got like you know how us Eagles fans feel about running quarterbacks. Every time.
Slide.
Every time a running quarterback steps out and he gets hammered.
It's cursing.
Every time he gets stepped out, he gets hammered. We're always saying, that's a call. Because you know, if it was, back then, Tom Brady, if it was Peyton, if it was hell, even Eli, if it was one of those pocket quarterbacks, they'd be getting a call. Now, the refs are throwing a flag every single time.
I think they to be honest, I think they should do it to any running quarterback. But the only thing is, the one time they actually did it to the running quarterback was recent.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson
Mm-hmm.
from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
But every time an Eagle, or I'll say sports in general, Philadelphia gets out there, we get, excuse my French, but we get calls out the ass.
Well, I still say to this day, anytime a ref is in Philadelphia, the other team have them in their pocket. But that's just me. I am a diehard Eagles fan, and I always will be a diehard Eagles fan. I am a forever Philly fan. I don't care what you are. You could even be the Philadelphia Wings. I will follow you.
So put it this way. So pretty much you'll go after for the gaming team in Philadelphia. The computer gaming team.
I'm with it. Let's go.
So the computer gaming team, you have the Wings, you have the Union. We don't have the Souls no more.
Oh, we don't have the soul no more. I miss the soul. And then, the XFL came. The XFL was amazing. And now there's no more XFL. I am so mad at that because this season would have been Philadelphia's year. And that would have been amazing.
They even said that the Philadelphia was coming in next year. Mm-hmm. And they said if they don't play in the link, guess where they would have played?
The Spectrum, right? No. Wow, the Spectrum's not there no more.
God, I missed that arena.
Yeah. The Wells Fargo Center.
No.
Where? Citizens Bank?
They were talking about Citizens Bank.
Really?
Or the oldest stadium in Philadelphia, where the Eagles started out, University of Penn's Franklin Field.
Really?
They were talking about using that stadium or using Chester's County Stadium, where the Union plays.
That would have been... there's not enough stands. Not enough stands.
Well, maybe for the first couple of seasons to build out their fan base, but it would have been in a stadium where it has decent seating.
I feel like if it was in Franklin Field,
mm-hmm.
if it was if it was down there in University City, I don't think they'd have enough freaking police to maintain order.
True. Well, they do host the Ultimate Frisbee team there.
Ultimate Frisbee.
I'm not kidding.
I know.
I'm not kidding. I actually, mind you, one of the guys I follow on YouTube actually plays for the New York team. Only thing is I can't play it. I can't run. Sorry. Well, you get a little glimpse of the show. A little organized. But you get the gist on how we're going to run it. Everything else, by the time we do the next one, it will be a little more organized. We'll have more topics, everything else. Hopefully, we'll do more live, like where him and I are together. And there will be times where there's going to be Skype.
Social distancing. I'm sorry.
There will be times where we're going to be over Skype. Because one of our guys, we will have to do it over Skype. Unfortunately, he will not see our faces because of the fact that what software we use. But you'll get to see him. We'll hear him. He gets his opinion on the season coming up as well. And most likely we will have Carlos with us at some point. But he will do Skype as well if he can't get over here as well. He does live in Philadelphia, but...
Now, if we get flagged because we're not 6 feet apart, I will be upset. I have my mask right now.
Sorry.
I have my mask.
So, we're masked. We're ready to go. We're covered. My mask is over there, but my other mask is the Flyers mask. I don't have no Eagles. Sorry. But as everything else will go down, we do have one sponsor that was with our group that I talked about. It's Sleight of Hands Barbers. They are located in Norwood, right off of 420. I know the owners personally, John and Jackie. John actually does cut a lot of the hair for the former Philadelphia Eagles. He cut Donovan McNabb's hair, T.O.'s, Brian Westbrook, and still does with Brian Westbrook. He shows up to his shop off and on periodically when he's in the area. And that's how I met Andrew Collins. Or I just call him EC. I got to know him really well. I met him when he had his little kid over, so his baby was a baby. And he kind of was defending his kid more, so yeah. I'll get into that later on. But once the pandemic is over, once everything's back in the green phase, check them out. They have a Facebook page as well. Like them up, chat them up, get a nice decent haircut. You won't get your beard trimmed or anything else right now, but they'll fix you up and make you look really nice. Trust me. I need to get there sooner or later. So
I'm not.
He's gonna grow it out until they win the Super Bowl next.
Nah. So what I do is I every couple years or so, this is going into my life now. Every couple years or so, I kind of grow out my hair and donate it for a cause. This year it's going to be, wigs for kids. I like donating things. I like donate. I donate blood. I donate, hair. Whatever I can do to help out anything or anybody, I will do.
Once we get a chance around the holidays, we will be doing things. I would like to do things for the holidays, give you a little idea. I'll discuss it with the group. We'll be doing the same thing, get a little ideas. Maybe try and do charities where that have you guys be able to donate, like cash, whatever. Like we do, like the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is one of my favorite organizations to do because I actually did. He will remember because him and I went to high school together. I did the Dear Santa letters through Macy's, and I had every single student from my freshman year to my senior year write letters, and every letter was $1. I did about $10,000 to $15,000 in this letters. Hopefully, we'll get together. We'll do a little charity. We'll throw it out there, see if we get you guys to donate, and hopefully the next time you see us, it'll be more like I said.
We'll be better.
Yes, and we will have one thing for sure. In fact, we are still discussing the next episode. It either could be another Wednesday, maybe depending on it. It could be Sunday. We don't know yet, but just stay informed. But if it is another one, it may be Wednesday. But we'll, like I said, keep you quoted with that. So everybody have a good night. Go Eagles, and
this is the APKE Eagles podcast, and we are signing off.